Hello and thanks for tuning in for this paranormal pit stop. Tonight, we'll be exploring a 1,300-acre public expanse located off of Palm Drive out of New Orleans, Louisiana, that holds the titles of being both the 87th largest and 20th most visited park in the United States, and that, in comparison, is around 50% larger than New York's prominent Central Park, boasting the largest collection of mature live oak trees not just in the state or country but in the world, and rumored to be roamed by the dead after dark. Are you ready to brave the history and hauntings of the infamous New Orleans City Park? Historically, through the 1800s, land now holding City Park would initially host grounds for dueling, and under the very same aforementioned oak trees, men in dispute would settle their arguments by way of fighting with fists, knives, swords, and pistols, in an effort to defend their honor. At the time, these grounds were fairly secluded from the rest of the city, a fact that likely led to their utilization under the brutal practice of martial combat in the first place. With modern Hollywood dramas and duels in video games to draw from, most would be tempted to conjure images of the stereotypical fight to the death. However, these real duels were actually much different, and while they could get quite vicious on occasion, and dueling deaths did occur, a good bulk of duelists usually ended up working out their differences before the fight had even started, and a good majority of the remainder reconciled after a minor non-fatal injury was either issued or incurred. In 1854, park grounds were officially founded, marking them as the 48th oldest park in the country. By 1890, dueling had been strictly prohibited through the area, and by 1891, the popular expanse was officiated as City Park. In 1897, the park's carousel, which was originally mule-driven, would open its gates. In 1898, the miniature train was established. In 1902, the original golf course was constructed. In 1907, the peristyle was finished. And in 1911, the Isaac Delgado Museum of Art, which would later become the New Orleans Museum of Art, was opened. In the 1930s, the park would welcome a number of expansions. Following World War II, two 18-hole golf courses were added to the site, and by the 1970s, City Park offered a total of 4 18-hole golf courses, over 50 tennis courts, an assortment of fields and facilities, and an expanded and modernized New Orleans Museum of Art. Sadly, in August of 2005, Hurricane Katrina would cause heavy damages to park grounds, toppling around 1,000 trees, while damaging and killing others, flooding the area, damaging buildings, and wiping out nearly the entire botanical garden. Fortunately, and thanks to swift community efforts, City Park has since made a full recovery, and has even welcomed a range of new attractions to its bounds, such as the landscaped walk surrounding Big Lake, with plans in the works for the addition of a water park, skate park, environmental education center, and more. City Park remains open into the present, offering options in angling, picnic sites, plentiful rec areas, a mess of multi-use trails amongst its weathered trees, some of which are over 600 years in age, wide open spaces, an assortment of cultural amenities, and more, all while acting as a central gathering point and hub to the whole of the New Orleans community. Chillingly, it's pretty widely accepted that New Orleans is one of, if not the most haunted city in the US, and its City Park holds no exception. Over the years, those frequenting park bounds have reported a range of inexplicable happenings that many claim are a result of restless spirits tied to the land's past, including extreme cold spots felt through the heat of summer, strange wafts of mist that float with seeming sentience, and footsteps heard from vacant spaces that often follow the living. Notably, one of the original 2 dueling oaks remains standing within City Park. As mentioned earlier, while dueling was usually a non-fatal practice, deaths did transpire, and near this aged oak tree, some have told of hearing the disembodied clash of blades or phantom gunshots, of ghostly whispers detected on the winds, and even of run-ins with shadowy manifestations that some claim are the souls of duelists lost to their hobby long ago, that, no longer remembered, have since lost their true forms and have devolved into murky, less than human abominations. Several informal investigations of the park have yielded high EMF levels, chilling EVPs, and orbs and odd formations in photography, while others have described the unnerving feelings of being watched, followed, or even of being brushed up against by a presence unseen. The most famous story associating itself with City Park follows one Mona Lisa, who it's told was the daughter of a wealthy family that once resided within McFadden Mansion, which now holds the Christian Brothers School. While several variations of this tale exist, the most popular version tells that long ago, young Mona Lisa fell deeply in love with a handsome sailor, but that her father turned his nose up at the boy and forbade their romance. After some sneaking around, Mona Lisa's father would start actively ensuring the young lovers did not see each other. And sadly, when things finally hit a boiling point, and when he went to confront his daughter, instead of letting him have his way, Mona Lisa would take her own life by way of self-drowning. While other variants to this fable exist in which the sailor is the one who breaks Mona Lisa's heart either by not sharing in her feelings or by betraying her trust, all end in the same manner, in her death under the same circumstances. This drama, which plays more like something out of a horror movie, goes on to tell that following her passing, a statue of Venus was erected in memorial of Mona Lisa, but that later a speeding car would slide from the road and destroy the marker, resulting in the angering of the young girl's spirit. From this day and onward, just off of Mona Lisa Drive near Pop's Fountain, Mona Lisa's manifestation has been sighted wandering about, emitting otherworldly shrieks and moans, tapping on the windows of passing cars, and even on several terrifying occasions materializing in the back seats of moving vehicles. Thanks for joining us on this Paranormal Pit Stop. If you enjoyed our histories and ghost stories, subscribe to our channel, like this upload, and share us with everyone you know so our upcoming on-site series, Sleepovers, gets the welcome it deserves. Until next time.